Yes, yo. Good morning.
Morning.
It is Saturday. Sun is shining.
Very bright.
The weather is sweet.
Love it.
Make you want to move to the dancing feet.
Wow.
Yes. To the rescue. We are here on the Weekend Morning Show. For those of you that know Bob Marley, actually know Bob Marley songs, you know what I was quoting a while ago. For those of you that don't know.
Sorry.
Not sorry.
Oh, wow.
Not sorry.
Wow.
I'm your host, Big G, coming to you live from studios here in my Radio 580 AM, alongside my one and only partner in crime, queen of all things, Pan.
Danny.
That's right. And this is the Weekend Morning Show. We get everything going this weekend. Looking at my computer, it says it's 9 degrees outside, but it feels like 11, which is weird to me because it's like, how does it 9 degrees but feels like 11? I think the computer is weird.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Next thing you know, we look outside and it's snowing.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions.
Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Just leave it. Yeah.
But yeah,
if it says
good.
it's 11, it's 11.
It says 11. Just leave it at 11. And it says it's going to get to a high of 22.
Love that. And I think, Monday's supposed to be like 30?
Something like that, yeah. So, is that
Summer's here.
Summer's officially here?
So excited.
Yeah.
So happy.
Well, you can get the boots on the ground like the song said. Kick things off.
Fans out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Get them where them fans at.
People,
Hey,
let us know.
listen, that was our tribute to the Liberation Day of 2025 in Louisiana. That plantation burned to the ground.
Yep.
That was something.
It was interesting.
The memes have been,
So many.
oh man.
So many memes.
Yeah, especially I love the ones where they had the doctor pouring out libations to the back to the track of sinners.
Oh, my favorite one was everyone was having, what was it, a barbecue in front of the
Oh,
house?
the barbecue house, yeah, the cookout in front of the house.
Love that one.
The
That was
cookout
really
in front of the
good.
house. I mean, I love the firefighter one.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, firefighter one was to Usher's "Let It Burn." And so
They're just sitting there watching?
He's just there having a drink of water. He's like, "What do you want me to do?"
That is funny. I don't think I saw that one.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. It's
Wow.
like, go on, let it burn, and then he's just, and then he cuts to the firefighter. He's like, yeah.
I thought he would have been dancing. Oh, wow.
So yeah, no, but you know what? The ancestors did speak.
They did. They definitely spoke that day.
They did, and I don't think they figured out the reason for the fires yet.
No,
They
because it
haven't.
started in a bedroom,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
So they haven't figured out the reason.
Yeah.
But when you hear the stories of how the contrast between the local white folk, how they romanticize that place,
That place, yeah.
I'm like, no, let it burn.
No, 100%. Because that's not what it was there for.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was not. It's not a wedding venue.
That shocked me when I saw that. I was like, it's a what now?
Yeah, it's a wedding venue, or you can have like fancy banquets there.
No.
And what they do is they do a quote unquote, they used to do quote unquote tour, and they romanticize how the slaves were treated. So they would do they'll tell stories. One of the stories they tell, I pulled up because I'm curious how they talked about it.
Yeah.
And so they would talk about the owner of the
Okay.
plantation when he built it, and how he was such a good, gracious guy that whenever he went and purchased slaves and the slaves had family, he'd purchase the family together so they could stay together because he cared so much about them. If you're watching on Facebook and you see Danny's face right now. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to stay on the air. Trying to stay on the air.
Yeah. So, like Usher said,
Yes. On that note,
let it burn.
that should be a hot.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just like, and it's amazing. Like, they would never do that to Auschwitz.
No.
They would never turn it into a resort
Romanticize, yeah.
where you can take.
A wedding destination.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, they wouldn't do it.
They wouldn't. What? Yeah. I don't get it. Anything that has to do with our people is always romanticized and made into a wedding venue for once, or it would be a tour, but they'd twist it.
Twist the story
The
a little
story.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Instead of just giving the real raw.
stuff about it. I mean,
Yeah.
in Jamaica, we still have a few of the great houses. We call them great houses that are still up.
Right.
But they don't even do tours.
Oh, really?
No,
Is
no
it-
one, no one wants to go on a great. Like I've never been on
Is
a
it
great
open,
house.
or is it?
It's open.
Okay.
It's there. You can drive onto the property.
Okay.
Like there's Rose Hall Great House, which is a popular one. But the vast majority of Jamaicans are like, we're not walking on that property.
That's interesting.
You know, there's Hayes Hall Great House near my grandma's house. I've driven by that thing as long as I can remember.
And just never.
I have never turned into that driveway, drive down it.
That's crazy. That's interesting, though.
Yeah. There's-
Is it like I don't want to say tourist destination, but if you wanted to do like a history tour, could you do that? Or is it like you can walk on the property and that's as far as you can get?
You could probably arrange to get some kind of historical tour
Yeah.
of one of the great houses.
Right.
But it's just not, like, say, my school tours did not include the great houses.
Huh. Interesting.
And I was an avid history student in high school.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my, in Jamaica, you major in things in high school, and history was one of my majors. Never once did we get a tour of a great house.
Huh. Was it like talked about at least?
Yeah, we all know the great house. We all know some
the
of the
history
popular
behind
ones.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was
It's
not
never-
there's no like, let's take a tour to the great house and see where, no.
Right, right. Like the Rutherford House here.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was never a thing. But we all know it. We all know Rose Hall Great House. And, you know, if you live, depending on where you are, you'll know, oh, yeah, there's such and such great house over there. But
It's never.
no.
So if I went to Jamaica and said I want to go see the Great House,
Everyone would be like, what?
got you. Good to know. No, it's good to know because I'm very when I travel, I like to see like museums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if
I mean, Rose Hall is probably the only one that has any kind of tour and aspect to it.
yeah,
But the rest of them, they'll be like, you want to do what?
interesting. So pretty much what I'm hearing is that if I want to go see it, I have to go by myself.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or so have someone that knows the area that will take
They'll
you down
take
there.
Yeah.
But
They will stop and I will keep going.
you're like,
Gotcha.
why you? No.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we left those places for a reason.
No, I get it,
Yeah.
but it's good to know your history.
It's good to know your history. And then a lot of people mistake Devon House as a great house, but it's not.
What's the Devon House?
Devon House is in Kingston.
Okay.
It's a big tourist attraction. You can do wedding photos there and all kind of things.
Okay.
It looks like it is built like a great house, a big mansion, but it was not a great house. It was actually built by the first black billionaire in Jamaica.
Oh wow. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, and so
Now my thought process has turned.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, so like a lot of people see Devon House and like, oh, it's a great house. I'm like, no, it's not a great house. It was actually someone's home,
Right.
and he built it, and now it's a historical site.
That's cool. And there's tours in that one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's tours in that one.
Okay.
You're not allowed to take pictures though.
Huh.
Like if you go there with your camera, they'll be like, no pictures. They're very protective of the
That's interesting.
the IP around Devon House.
Yeah. So you can take pictures outside.
If you're standing outside,
You're fine.
yeah, well, you can point the camera there, but security will eventually show up and be like, no pictures. Like they're very
Interesting.
yeah. You gotta be quick with it. You gotta be like
Just on the phone and just
yeah. you gotta totally like Mission Impossible that thing.
okay. That's interesting. Well, now they have glasses, so
Yeah, you go.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
so
interesting. Okay.
yeah, but Devon House is you do tours. They have some of the best ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some of the best ice cream. The patty shop is legendary at Devon House. You can get lobster
So
patty.
it's a whole thing.
Oh, you got the lobster patty, curry gold patty. Like, yeah, it's a thing. Great for a date night spot for the restaurants.
Hey, sir. Welcome back.
Yeah. You'd be like, yeah, it was.
Every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. the Old Strathcona Farmers Market comes alive with 150 incredible local vendors. Explore a variety of farm fresh produce and meat, freshly baked goods and one-of-a-kind handcrafted items, all while supporting local. Coming to the Old Strathcona Farmers Market is the perfect weekend outing year-round. Rain or shine, there's always something fresh and something delicious. Don't miss out. See you this Saturday at the Old Strathcona Farmers Market.
ਮੈਂ ਨਰੇਸ਼ ਭਾਰਦਵਾਜ ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਐਲਰਸਲੀ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ UCP ਦਾ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਹਾਂ। ਇਸ ਹਲਕੇ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ 2008 ਤੋਂ 2015 ਤੱਕ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ MLA ਅਤੇ ਕੈਬਨਿਟ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਰਹਿ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਹਾਂ। ਲੰਮੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੱਕ ਮੈਂ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਧਿਆਪਕ ਵਜੋਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਨਿਭਾਈ ਅਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਕਾਰੋਬਾਰੀ ਵਜੋਂ ਸਥਾਪਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਛਲੇ 49 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਸਮਾਜ ਸੇਵੀ ਸੰਸਥਾਵਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਹਲਕੇ ਤੋਂ ਚੋਣ ਜਿੱਤ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਦੀ ਅਤੇ ਅਲਬਰਟਾ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੇ ਹੱਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਯੂਨਾਈਟਿਡ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬਣਾ। ਹਸਪਤਾਲਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਮੇਰਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਮੁੱਖ ਕੰਮ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਇਹ ਸਭ ਯਕੀਨੀ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਐਲਰਸਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਮਜ਼ਬੂਤ ਅਤੇ ਅਨੁਭਵੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਅਤੇ ਵਿਧਾਨ ਸਭਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ। ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਰੇਸ਼ ਭਾਰਦਵਾਜ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ MLA ਬਣਾਓ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
Beats baseball ਤੇ ਬੱਲੇ ਬੱਲੇ My Radio 580 ਅਤੇ Turn 97.9 FM ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫੇਰ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ Baseball goes Bollywood with Edmonton Riverhawks। ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਚ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਕਲਚਰ ਤੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਸ਼ਨ ਵੇਖੋ ਪ੍ਰੀ ਗੇਮ ਕਬੱਡੀ ਮੈਚ ਤੇ ਨੱਚੋ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਤੇ ਬਾਲੀਵੁੱਡ ਬੀਟਸ ਤੇ 2023 ਤੇ 24 ਵਾਂਗ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫੇਰ My Radio 580 ਕਰੇਗਾ ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ Riverhawks ਦੀ ਗੇਮ ਦਾ ਲਾਈਵ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬ੍ਰੌਡਕਾਸਟ। ਗੇਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅੰਕਲ ਜੌਨਸ ਫਾਇਰਵਰਕਸ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਲਾਈਟ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਅਤੇ ਔਨ ਫੀਲਡ ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਡਾਂਸ ਪਾਰਟੀ। ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਸ਼ੁੱਕਰਵਾਰ 6 ਜੂਨ ਰੀਮੈਕਸ ਫੀਲਡ 10233 96 Avenue, Northwest Edmonton. Tailgate party begins at 5:30 p.m. Games start at 7 p.m.
रुस के चली गई मेरी जनानी कहंदी घर दी फ्लोरिंग हो गई पुरानी।
ओहो हो वीरे हुणे कमाओ नु फोन कै फ्लोरिंग सिलेक्ट करन चलिए टच टोन
क्योंकि ये है alberta दा biggest flooring store with over 6 million square feet in stock. Hardwood, tiles, laminate तो लेके carpets अते vinyl planks तक हर तरह दी flooring. सारे major brands Shaw, Versace, Lamborghini अते Mohawk. Huge variety, great quality and affordable price. Touchstone Flooring. Call 7804140862.
नई टकोमा में बैठते ही आप खुद को अचानक ही हरे भरे नजारों में बारबेक्यू करते दिखते हैं और सोचते हैं आखिरकार आपकी बोरिंग वेकेशंस में नया ट्विस्ट आया। अब बस करना इतना है कि नई टकोमा को घर लाना है। Get in and go right now at Toyota, where you can lease a 2025 Tacoma 4x4 double cab SR5 from $115 weekly for 60 months at 6.79% with $7,399 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Toyota dealer today.
अफसाना है My Radio, हर दिल का तराना है My Radio, एक नया ज़माना है My Radio, My Radio, My Radio.
My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
Oh, we're back.
We are.
You can tell, taking the piss out of that song situation. Let it burn.
I will leave that with you.
Hey, it's a great.
It's a good song.
Oh, that's a great song.
It's a very good song.
Awesome song.
Mm-hmm.
That's from the Usher Confessions album.
It is.
You need to stop making confessions.
It wasn't really his confession. It was more of... Whose confession was it again? JD.
Oh, wow.
JD's confession.
JD's confession. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Well, is anyone you want to shout out today?
Let's shout out the city of Edmonton, because I feel like they haven't gotten a shout out in a while.
Oh, let's give one of these.
Enjoy the sun.
Round of applause to the city of Edmonton.
Yeah. Enjoy the sun today.
Yeah.
Because we have, what? I want to joke and say 1 month of it.
I'd say 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah, 6 weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
6 weeks. Yeah.
There we go. A little over a month.
That's all over a month, yeah. Well, I want to shout out Samantha from Carawest. It was her birthday yesterday.
Happy belated birthday, Sam.
That's right. Happy birthday, Sam. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed the weekend. Hope you enjoyed the Oilers game. The boys won last night.
They did.
They did win last night.
Mm-hmm. Can they hold it now?
Well, they are.
Because that first game was...
You know what? They jumped out to the big lead early.
Mm-hmm.
And then palms got sweaty.
Yeah.
Butt cheeks got tight. And it all fell apart.
It crumbled.
Yeah. It all fell apart.
Yeah.
Last night, I was like, oh, they jumped up to another big lead.
Yeah, I was worried. I was like, this is going to be a repeat of game number 1.
Oh, yeah. I was like, where have I seen this story before?
Right?
Yeah. But, yeah,
they held it.
They held it together.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've stolen home ice.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck to Dallas coming here. Because this is a house of rabid dogs.
It is. It is. But at the same time, I feel like Oilers, I don't know. Like, you might think they will win, and then...
They're the most dangerous team in the playoffs right now.
You think so?
Yeah. They are the most dangerous team because I give credit to the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
They are out-coaching. They outcoached every team so far.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Yeah, they've made every adjustment, and they've outcoached every team.
Mm-hmm.
So I give them props for that.
Yeah.
And Skinner is, he's on and off, but when he's on.
He's on.
He's on.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
He had a bad game the other night.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. One bad game. Yeah. He stood on his head yesterday, pitched a shutout.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can ask from your goalie.
Yeah.
To pitch a shutout.
Mm-hmm.
And so coming back home, and guys like Skinner play better at home than on the road.
True.
So.
That's true. Do you think Ryan Reynolds is following this right now?
Probably, but I don't understand the word dynasty.
For those that don't know, Ryan Reynolds is making a docuseries about the Oilers dynasty. Is it for Netflix? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was one of Netflix.
Yeah,
I think
for
it was,
Netflix, and it's supposed to come out next year.
But what dynasty are we talking about?
The Great One.
From the 80s?
Yes.
Oh, because I was confused. Because the images they show are like from
now.
Or Conor McJesus. And I'm like, wait,
no,
what?
It's from what I read. It was from because he interviewed Gretzky,
Mm-hmm.
Mark Messier, Grant Fuhr.
Yeah, the goalie. Yeah,
and someone else. I can't remember.
Probably Paul Coffey or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to hear those behind the scenes stories.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, it's like stories that we've not heard before.
Let's hope, because I can't deal with another.
Yeah.
Of the same thing again.
And it's kind of why what's his name there didn't interview athletes because they ain't got nothing interesting to say.
Yeah.
And so you run the risk of you getting the same old pre-rehearsed, polished. We are the NHL. We are great.
Yeah.
We are character guys.
They're grown. I don't think they give it anymore. I think they're going to say what they want to say.
No, NHL is very protective of that.
You think so?
Yeah, they're very protective of that
anymore,
image. Oh no, Gary Bettman is still very much the we are the squeaky clean.
They're not, but okay.
Yeah, they're not. They're far from it. You
Far
know?
from that.
Far
okay.
from it. But they try to maintain that image of, oh, our players are character guys. We only have character people.
Okay. That's why a whole bunch of them are now going to court for
Sexual assault.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right,
They're
right.
character guys. Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I'm just reading. It's going to be on Super Channel, Winter 2026.
Oh, Super Channel. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? It should. Hopefully, like I said, I want to hear some news stories, interesting
Yeah, well,
stories.
it says featuring fresh interviews. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And like when they're interviewing Grand Fuhrer,
Mm-hmm.
I want them to really get into.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Because we all want to know that story.
yeah, because Grand Fuhrer has, I don't think has ever told the full story of his career path.
Mm-mm. We've heard like snippets, but it's not enough to piece it together.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to hear that story for sure.
Oh, they should, you know, because it's, for those of you listening that are probably wondering who we're talking about, well, Grand Fuhrer was the goalie
Mm-hmm.
back in the golden age of Oilers.
The golden years.
The golden years of Oilers when Edmonton was a city of champions.
Was, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they take that sign down?
I think they did.
Okay.
I think they did, yeah. But the interesting thing about Grand Fuhrer is he's black.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Who knew?
Yeah. Black hockey player
Yeah.
in the 80s. Just to even get to the NHL level.
Is huge.
Yeah.
Especially at that time.
At that time?
Yeah. Huge.
Unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very rare.
Yeah.
And so I wanna hear the stories of when he was coming up through the minors,
Mm-hmm.
coming up through developmental. You know, how did his parents handle the abuse that I know he must have gotten?
Oh, yeah, 100%. And why did he choose hockey?
Yeah,
Like, did his dad play hockey? Did his cousin?
yeah.
Like, I want to know. I want to know.
That story needs to be told.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, they don't really allow the black players to tell those kind of stories. Like, I wanna hear from PK Subban.
Yeah.
I want to know, and PK's brother.
Mm-hmm. Is he still playing?
I believe he's still playing. Is he in Vegas now, something like that? Or he was in Vegas.
I
But he
lost track.
may have moved to the yeah.
I lost track.
But like he's a goalie.
Yeah.
You know, I want to hear from Georges Laraque.
Mm-hmm. I wonder. Thoughts going.
Yeah.
Maybe I should apply for a grant. Just get a hockey interview with all the black players.
Well, you know,
That would be interesting.
Well, one of the dreams I had when I was running Melanistic,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason Tanya and I have started Melanistic Adventures
Mm-hmm.
was to build up to be able to get funding to do a big feature. And one of my personal ones was The Soul of Ice.
Mm.
That's what in my head, that's what I call it.
Right.
And it was to connect with some of the black hockey players,
Mm-hmm.
NHL and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and take a trip out to Nova Scotia
Okay.
and learn about the Negro Hockey League,
Mm-hmm.
where the NHL based a lot of his stuff off of, and
yep.
pretend like they don't exist.
Yeah.
Every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Old Strathcona Farmers Market comes alive with 150 incredible local vendors. Explore a variety of farm fresh produce and meat, freshly baked goods, and one-of-a-kind handcrafted items, all while supporting local. Coming to the Old Strathcona Farmers Market is the perfect weekend outing year-round. Rain or shine, there's always something fresh and something delicious. Don't miss out. See you this Saturday at the Old Strathcona Farmers Market.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲਹਿੰਗਾ ਲੈ ਦੇ ਮਹਿੰਗਾ ਜਾ
ਉਹ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸੂਟ ਕਰਦਾ
ਦੀਪਾਲੀ ਫੈਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਚੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਲਓ
On both locations, Calgary and Edmonton, ready-made lehenga, anarkali, unstitched, men's kurta pajama, men's vest, sherwani, kids fashion, jewelry and fabric. Chaida jo milega oh. Deepali Fashion hai full family store. Call 780-462-9254.
ਘਰ ਦੀ ਉਹੀ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਲੁੱਕ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਥੱਕ ਗਏ ਹੋ
ਤਾਂ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਸਫਾਰਮ ਕਰੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਵੇਂ ਡੋਰਸ ਐਂਡ ਮੋਲਡਿੰਗ ਨਾਲ।
From sleek modern styles to classic elegance, fancy doors and moldings, got it all. ਇੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਇੰਡੋਰ ਅਤੇ ਆਊਟਡੋਰ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ, ਬੇਸਬੋਰਡ ਕੇਸਿੰਗਸ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਹਿਊਜ ਵੈਰਾਈਟੀ, ਹੋਰ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਅਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗਸ ਲਈ ਫਾਇਰ ਰੇਟਡ ਡੋਰਸ, ਸਵੀਟ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਡੋਰਸ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ। ਕਾਲ 7804327700।
ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀ 20 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੁਣ ਨਿਊ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਇਨ ਕੈਲਗਰੀ, ਫੈਂਸੀ ਡੋਰਸ ਐਂਡ ਮੋਲਡਿੰਗ।
ਇੰਜਰਡ ਇਨ ਐਨ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ? ਇਸ ਦਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਤੇ ਅਸਰ ਨਾ ਹੋਣ ਦਿਓ। ਕਾਲ ਆਸਿਫ ਲਾਅ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਟਰਸਟਡ ਇੰਜਰੀ ਲਾਇਰ। 5875243000। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੱਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਲੜਾਂਗੇ। ਸਾਡੀ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਟੀਮ ਇਹ ਯਕੀਨੀ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਡਿਜ਼ਰਵਿੰਗ ਕੰਪਨਸੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਲੇ। ਆਸਿਫ ਲਾਅ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟਸ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਕੇਸ ਨੰਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਲਕਿ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਹੋ। ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਰਿਕਵਰੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਕਾਲ ਆਸਿਫ ਲਾਅ 5875243000। We have expertise to turn setbacks into comebacks.
ਪ੍ਰੀਤੀ ਘਰ ਤਾਂ ਬੜਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਸਜਾਇਆ। ਇਹ ਦੱਸ ਇੰਨਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਫਰਨੀਚਰ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਇਆ?
ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਬੈਸਟ ਬਾਏ ਫਰਨੀਚਰ ਤੋਂ।
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਰਨੀਚਰ ਲੈਣ ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਗਏ?
ਓ ਨੋ ਯਾਰ, ਵੀਡੀਓ ਕਾਲ ਤੇ ਆਰਡਰ ਕੀਤਾ।
ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਬੈਸਟ ਬਾਏ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਕਾਲ ਤੇ ਫਰਨੀਚਰ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰੋ, ਫ੍ਰੀ ਡਿਲੀਵਰੀ ਅਤੇ ਸੈਟਅਪ ਪਾਓ। ਅਟੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ, ਫੁੱਲ ਬੈਡਰੂਮ ਸੈਟ ਲੈਣ ਤੇ ਮੈਟਰਸ ਫ੍ਰੀ, ਸੋਫਾ ਸੈਟ ਲਓ, ਕਾਫੀ ਟੇਬਲ ਫ੍ਰੀ, 0% ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸਿੰਗ ਅਤੇ ਲੋਐਸਟ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸਸ। ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਮੈਚ ਨਹੀਂ, ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਬੀਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਬੈਸਟ ਬਾਏ ਫਰਨੀਚਰ। ਕਾਲ 4032506661। ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ 4474 ਵੈਸਟ ਵਿੰਡਸ ਡਰਾਈਵ, ਕੈਲਗਰੀ।
पापा आज कुछ इंडियन खान का मन कर रहा है, चलो ना चलिए ऑल इंडिया रेस्टोरेंट एंड स्वीट्स।
ਮੇਰੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣ ਲਈ ਤੂੰ ਪੁੱਤਰ, ਮੇਰਾ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਖਾਣ ਦਾ ਮਨ ਸੀ ਅੱਜ। ਸਾਰੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਆਂ।
ਬੱਚਾ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਲ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਸਵੀਟਸ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੇਗੀ ਇੱਕ ਬੇਮਿਸਾਲ ਵੈਰਾਈਟੀ ਲਜ਼ੀਜ਼ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਖਾਣੇ ਦੀ, ਹੋਵੇ ਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਤੰਦੂਰੀ ਮੁਰਗ ਜਾਂ ਸਵਾਦਿਸ਼ਟ ਮਿਠਾਈ। ਇੱਥੇ ਆਓ ਤੇ ਖਾਓ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਟੇਕ ਆਊਟ ਲੈ ਜਾਓ। ਆਲ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਸਵੀਟਸ,
2 locations to serve you. Millwood 780-463-777, Ellerslie 780-463-449.
किस्सा है अफसाना है माय रेडियो, हर दिल का तराना है माय रेडियो, एक नया जमाना है माय रेडियो, माय रेडियो, माय रेडियो।
My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
Yeah, we're back. That was a little bit of Lovers Rock.
Yep.
For those of you you know. It's a Caribbean R&B.
It is.
That's right. Nothing but covers and remixes.
Yep.
But what else we got on the docket today on the lineup?
Let's talk about education.
Man, that's a hot topic this week.
It is.
On both sides of the border.
On both sides. On both sides of the border.
Both sides of the border. What's going on education-wise in Canada, though?
Well, in Alberta specifically.
Alberta, yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard, but Bow Valley College is cutting 103 positions due to budget shortfall. And then NATE is pausing 18 programs because of financial pressure, which is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's always because international students are not coming here anymore.
Now, is that the international students are not coming to the colleges here?
Yeah, they're... I'm going to try and open it up, but it's just... I don't know if it's because it's a little bit harder to come in here.
Yeah.
For schooling now, so it's just...
Well, they changed the rules last year. The federal government did, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And they changed the rules to reduce the number of international students that are allowed into the country. And they also upped the requirements as well.
Right.
To make it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So that I can see having an impact. But that problem was created by the government.
Right.
Like it was. Now, for those of you listening, full disclosure, I moved to Canada as an international student. 1995.
Right.
It was a very different process.
Was it easier? But like,
I look at the process now and I'm like, what?
Oh. Okay then.
I'm like, what? What changed?
Interesting.
Like I had to jump through hoops. Hoops.
Interesting. Okay.
Like I couldn't just show up.
You couldn't just be like, I'm here.
No.
You couldn't just apply and be like, I'm here.
No. I couldn't just be like, I have a receipt.
Right.
Which is what was happening a lot. Like, I have a receipt that I paid my first semester. My first, not my first year, my first semester. Yeah.
So when you're done your first semester, you can just, I'm assuming you can just stay.
Some people didn't even do the semester. They just got the refund. They showed the first semester receipt, get their thing, and then get the refund and go about the business.
Got you. I mean, I probably would have done the same.
And there's no like check to make sure, like they were checking on me to make sure I was actually in school.
In school, right. And wasn't it back then you couldn't leave campus?
No.
Right. Or you couldn't work
I couldn't work
outside?
off campus.
Yeah. And
like,
now you could.
Now you can.
Yeah.
Right? Back then, I could work on campus for, I think it was up to like maybe maximum 10 hours a week.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So was your tuition covering like food and...
No. Because I was lucky enough that my aunts live in Toronto, so I stayed with my aunts. So I didn't have to do board and Reuben board and all that stuff. But my tuition got me access to the whole school. So usually, it's probably different now, but back then, like if you were in the School of Business, you didn't have access to the labs in journalism or anywhere else.
Okay, so you're just stuck in that.
You basically,
in that one spot.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But as an international student, my access cards and everything gave me access to anything, anywhere, on campus.
Right.
Right? Because, well, I'm paying more money than you. So.
I guess.
Right? Yeah, so it was radically different. Back then, Canadian tuition was like $2,000 or $3,000 a year.
Right.
I was paying $12,000 a year.
Got you. I wonder why it's so much for international students.
The subsidy. Right. So the federal government partially subsidizes education for Canadians. If you're an international student, you're not
subsidized.
You're not subsidized. You're paying the full rate of what the thing is.
Right. That's interesting.
And so that's why for the universities, international students is a big business.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, you can pay your You're Canadian. You can pay your $5,000-$6,000, or I can get this international student to pay me $20,000.
Right. And you're most likely gonna.
You're gonna go for the $20,000.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time. Every time. I'm just reading this Bow Valley thing. So this is in response to $15.6 million budget shortfall.
Yeah.
So, and they're saying the shortfall is tied to declining international students, reduced federal funding for programs supporting newcomers and foundational learning.
Yeah.
So I guess other institutions across Canada are facing the same tough decisions.
And they're all going to face that tough decision.
Yeah.
Because they all got greedy.
Mm-hmm.
And they all try to game the system.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Well, now we know a lot of people are losing their jobs and programs are going to get cut. But do you think international students will find another way of coming in, or do you think the subsidy will just end for us Canadians and we got to pay the full
the government
$15,000 for? They're
going to find ways to reduce the subsidy,
right?
And so there's going to be a whole other round of this coming. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh,
there's going to be a whole
100%.
other big thing about tuitions going up.
Yeah.
Right. But the schools are going to try and lobby to find a way to get international students back to where the levels they wanted at.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is when you have the government giving My Big Toe University a pass to the thing to apply for, to allow to recruit international students, and those students come here and they have no school or they have nothing accredited.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like Bow Valley is a legit school. Like they shouldn't be penalized.
They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be penalized.
No.
It's those little Jim Dandy to the Rescue College.ai
Yeah.
that we need to get rid of.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of those.
There's a lot of
There's
them.
a ton.
A lot.
Half the time I'm just like, when did this college pop up?
I'm like,
out of the blue.
I'm like, I've never heard of you.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
Where'd
like
you come
what?
from? Yeah.
In what world? Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad.
It is.
And frustrating because a lot of people want to come here to get better schooling.
Yeah.
And an actual, I wouldn't say proper education, but
you want to get a different opportunity.
Opportunities, yeah.
And it's sad when because like when I came here, like I had to put my trust into the fact that I'm going to Seneca College, and what they've sold me on is what is.
Right.
Right. So when you get here and that infrastructure is not here that you were sold on, it's devastating.
Yeah. Paying all that money for nothing.
Yeah. And you can't get your money back.
Yeah. Don't you have to pay? I think now you have to pay a certain amount before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, again, spending all that time to save and then to find out.
It's hard. It's hard to save all that money. Put your faith into something, get here, and realize there's no school, there's no room and board. Or you take the courses and you find out that none of it's accredited.
Yeah.
Like it's brutal.
It's hard, yeah. Well, hopefully they figure something out because this government is doing some outlandish things.
They are. But those international students represent a really big boost to the local economy. Room and board, food, all kind of things. Entertainment, tourism.
Tourism, yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
What happens. I know it's happening at Harvard.
Oh, well, we'll get into Harvard after the break. It is about 8 o'clock. So we're going to jump into the 8 o'clock news hour. And we get out of the news hour. It is the hour of violence. We will talk about the Orange Avenger.
Oh, boy.
And a few other things. We'll be back with more after this.
Future. Don't worry and go to Eminent College today, Edmonton's latest hairstyling and beauty school.
Located downtown, a modern facility with top-tier programs in hairstyling and aesthetics. Whether you want to cut, style, or perfect your beauty skills, Eminent College has you covered. Learn from top-tier instructors and start your beauty career with support from their employment services team. Visit eminentcollege.ca or call 587-686 8348.
Keeping our history in flight alive, honoring our heroes. Alberta Aviation Museum, more than just a museum. You're exploring aviation history, diving into our exhibits, or enjoying one of our events. We are here to provide an unforgettable experience for you and your family. Visit us today at 11410 Kingsway Northwest, Edmonton, and be a part of an interactive learning for all ages, year-round events and programs.
पेट दी रोगां नूं नजरअंदाज ना करो। आयुर्वेदिक अते होम्योपैथिक स्पेशलिस्ट सरबजीत कंबोज 31 मई नूं एडमिंटन रमादा एट कैलगरी ट्रेल आ रहे ने। अपॉइंटमेंट ਲਈ कॉल 1855299150 1855 299 1500।
डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स पंजाबियां दे कल्चर दा हिस्सा ते सेहत दा राज।
पर कनाडा च डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स वास्ते जाइए ते जाइए किथे?
डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स दे ਲਈ जाओ गणेश स्वीट्स ते। कोई प्रिजर्वेटिव्स नहीं हुंदे। खोया पनीर दही मिल्क बादाम सब डेली तैयार किया जाता है एकदम फ्रेश।
गर्मी गर्मी दा शोर ना करो ते एक बार हीटिंग एंड कूलिंग डॉक्टर नु कॉल करो। रीजनेबल प्राइस से इंस्टॉल करवाओ एसी स्टार्टिंग सिर्फ $3800 तो। फर्नेस एंड एसी इंस्टॉल पैकेजेस से $1500 ऑफ। न्यू होम लीगल बेसमेंट कमर्शियल डक्टवर्क स्पेशलिस्ट फाइनेंसिंग भी अवेलेबल फॉर ऑल योर HVAC नीड्स। इंस्टॉलेशन अते रिपेयर दे कमां लई इस महीने दे अंत ते सेल खत्म तो जल्दी कॉल करो हीटिंग एंड कूलिंग डॉक्टर 7809091900।
मेरी अज ऑफिस मीटिंग है।
या मॉम मेरी भी फ्रेंड दा बर्थडे है। किट्टी ते तां मैं भी जाना। तुसी दोवें किथे चले आ?
East 75
जाना तां मैं भी उत्थे ही आ।
Kitty, birthday, wedding या corporate meetings, Edmonton ਦੀ choice East 75 Restaurant and Lounge। 50 ਤੋਂ 300 ਮਹਿਮਾਨਾਂ ਲਈ 3 banquet hall, ਮੰਦਿਰ, ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ, ਹੋਰ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਸਮਾਗਮਾਂ ਅਤੇ functions ਲਈ catering ਵੀ available। East 75 Restaurant and Lounge, 7230 Argyle Road, Northwest। Call 5877848786।
मैं ਤਾਂ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਹੋਈ ਪਈ ਆ। ਲੋਟ ਤਾਂ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਪਰ ਤਸੱਲੀਦਾਰ ਕੰਮ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ। ਘਰ ਤੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਲਾਉਣੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਤਾਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ।
ਇਸ ਕੰਮ 'ਚ ਸ਼ਾਨ ਕੰਸਟਰਕਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾਮ, ਜੋ ਦਵੇ ਕੰਮ ਦੀ ਗਾਰੰਟੀ ਤੇ ਦਬਣ ਨਾ ਦੇਵੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੰਮ। ਸ਼ਾਨ ਕੰਸਟਰਕਸ਼ਨ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਐਸਟੈਬਲਿਸ਼ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੋ। ਕਸਟਮ ਅਤੇ ਰੈਗੂਲਰ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਹਿਰ ਇੱਕੋ ਫੋਨ ਕਾਲ ਤੇ ਐਕਸਕਾਵੇਸ਼ਨ, ਕ੍ਰੀਵਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਵੀਪਿੰਗ ਟਾਇਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੈਡੀ ਟੂ ਫਰੇਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਗੇ। ਕਾਲ 7804689377 780 468 9377।
सिर्फ $4.99 च?
बिल्कुल $4.99 विच इंडियन स्टाइल यमी नूडल्स लो पिंड पंजाब तो।
34th स्ट्रीट ते लिमिटेड टाइम ऑफर। विजिट पिंड पंजाब।
ब्याह शादियां बर्थडे पार्टीज मंदिर ते गुरुद्वारा ਲਈ केटरिंग।
You're listening to CHAH, My Radio 580 AM Edmonton, bringing Albertans together.
दिन शनिचर 24 मई सन 2025 अज वसाख महीने की 11 तारीख नानक शाही सम्मत 557। माई रेडियो 580 AM दी श्रोतियां लई खबरां दा ई बुलेटिन लेके हाजिर हां। वर्ल्ड न्यूज़ हुण तक दियां इस तरह हैं। जापान दे विच चावल दे उत्ते मजाक ने मंत्री दा अहुदा ही खोलिया। वधदियां कीमतां दी सवाल दे उत्ते उसने कहा सी मैं खरीददा नहीं, मेरी चाहण वाले दे जांदे हन। जापान दे साबका खेती मंत्री ताकू इटो नूं चावल दीयां वध रहीआं कीमतां दे उत्ते मजाकिया बयान देना काफी महंगा पिया। इथों तक कि उसनूं अस्तीफा देना पिया। उन्होंने कहा सी कि वह कदी भी चावल नहीं खरीदते बल्कि उन्होंने मुफ्त विच मिलता है। इस बयान तो बाद महंगाई नाल जूझ रही जनता का गुस्सा भड़किया। ईटो ने प्रधानमंत्री ऑफिस जाके अपना अस्तीफा सौंपिया। इस अस्तीफे के बाद प्रधानमंत्री शिगेरू इशिबा के उत्ते भी महंगाई घट करन दा दबाव होर ज्यादा वध गया। उन्हां दी सरकार नूं चावल दी लगातार वध रहीआं कीमतां नूं कंट्रोल ना कर पा सकण करके लोकां दा गुस्सा झेलना पै रिहा है। जापान दा सब तो मशहूर कोशी हिकारी ब्रांड दा चावल लगभग 5000 येन यानी कि 3000 रुपए प्रति 5 किलो के हिसाब के नाल विक रहा है, जबकि 2023 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 5 किलो चावल की कीमत औसतन 2000 येन यानी 1100 रुपया सी। ਬੰਗਲਾਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੈਨਾ ਦਾ ਯੂਨਿਸ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਅਲਟੀਮੇਟਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਦਸੰਬਰ ਤੱਕ ਚੋਣਾਂ ਕਰਵਾਈਆਂ ਜਾਣ। ਹਸੀਨਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜ਼ਾ ਮਿਲਣ ਤੱਕ ਚੁਣਾਵ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਸੰਗਠਨ। ਉਧਰ ਯੂਨਿਸ ਦੇ ਅਸਤੀਫੇ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਹੈ। ਮਿਆਂਮਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭੂਚਾਲ ਦੇ ਝਟਕੇ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋਏ। 4.0 ਤੀਵਰਤਾ ਦਰਜ। ਮਾਰਚ ਵਿੱਚ 3500 ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲੋਕ ਮਾਰੇ ਗਏ ਸੀ। पाकिस्तान तो मिली खबर के मुताबिक पाकिस्तान ट्रंप के क्रिप्टो बिजनेस का नवा ठिकाना बनेगा। पीएम शहबाज के बेटे ने कमान संभाली। दुबई की कंपनी नेटवर्क खड़ा कर रही है। क्रिप्टो बिजनेस पाकिस्तान तो शुरू होएगा। इस कंपनी की कमान खुद पाकिस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री शहबाज शरीफ के बेटे सलमान शहबाज के हत्थों में रहेगी। दुबई दे विच बनी एक शक्की ब्लैकचेन फॉर्म हाईलैंड सिस्टम्स के जरिए इस सारा नेटवर्क खड़ा किया जा रहा है। हाईलैंड सिस्टम्स की मदद नाल पाकिस्तान सरकार ब्लॉकचेन और क्रिप्टो माइनिंग तकनीक विकसित करेगी। कंपनी दे विच ट्रंप के बेटे एरिक ट्रंप ਅਤੇ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਟੌਪ ਮਿਲਟਰੀ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟਰਸ ਵੀ ਸਾਂਝੇਦਾਰ ਹਨ। ਦਰਅਸਲ ਟਰੰਪ ਦੇ ਕਰੀਬੀ ਨਿਵੇਸ਼ਕ ਤੇ ਕ੍ਰਿਪਟੋ ਲੌਬੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਤੋਂ ਰੈਗੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਸਖਤੀ ਤੋਂ ਨਾਰਾਜ਼ ਹੈ। ਅਜੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਜਿਹੇ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੀ ਤਲਾਸ਼ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਨਿਯਮ ਢਿੱਲੇ ਹੋਣ ਅਤੇ ਸੱਤਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਤਾਲਮੇਲ ਹੋਏ। ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਗੜ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਉਭਰਿਆ। ਆਰਥਿਕ ਅਸਥਿਰਤਾ ਤੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਸੁਧਾਰਨ ਦੀ ਤਤਪਰਤਾ ਵਰਗੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਟਰੰਪ ਦੇ ਕੁਨਬੇ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕ੍ਰਿਪਟੋ ਹੱਬ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਆਦਰਸ਼ ਦੇਸ਼ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ। ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨੀ ਸੈਨਾ ਦੇ ਬੁਲਾਰੇ ਅਹਿਮਦ ਸ਼ਰੀਫ ਚੌਧਰੀ ਨੇ ਭਾਰਤ ਨੂੰ ਧਮਕੀ ਭਰਾ ਬਿਆਨ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਸ਼ਰੀਫ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਿਆਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਬੰਦ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ। ਪ੍ਰਵਕਤਾ ਚੌਧਰੀ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਬਿਆਨ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਸ਼ਵ ਵਿਦਿਆਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਾਸ਼ਣ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਆਏ। ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਵਾਇਰਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਇਸ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਕਿਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੀ। ਚੌਧਰੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਭਾਰਤ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਰੋਕ ਦੇਗਾ। ਇੱਕ ਪਾਗਲਪਨ ਭਰੀ ਸੋਚ ਹੈ। 24 ਕਰੋੜ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਰੋਕਣਾ ਸੰਭਵ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਲੀ ਖਬਰ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਲੱਗੀ ਰੋਕ ਹਟ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਯੂਐਸ ਕੋਰਟ ਨੇ ਟਰੰਪ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਫੈਸਲੇ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਸਥਾਈ ਰੋਕ ਲਗਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 788 ਭਾਰਤੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਵੀ ਹਨ। ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਮੈਸੂਚੈਸਟਸ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਜੱਜ ਨੇ ਟਰੰਪ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਆਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਸਥਾਈ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਰੋਕ ਲਗਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਰੋਕ ਲਗਾਈ ਗਈ ਸੀ। ਇਹ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਅਮਰੀਕੀ ਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਮੰਤਰਾਲੇ ਦੇ ਉਸ ਬਿਆਨ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਬਾਅਦ ਆਇਆ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਤੋਂ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਸਫਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਵਰਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀਜ਼ੇ ਖਤਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੈ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਤੋਂ 72 ਘੰਟੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਹਰੀ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਮੰਗ ਲਈ ਸੀ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਟਰੰਪ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਸਨ ਨੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਹੀ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਯੋਗਤਾ ਰੱਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ। ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੀ ਹੋਮਲੈਂਡ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਸਟੀ ਨੋਏਮ ਨੇ ਹੋਮਲੈਂਡ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਵਿਭਾਗ DHS ਨੂੰ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਦੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਐਂਡ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ ਵਿਜ਼ਟਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਸਰਟੀਫਿਕੇਟ ਤਤਕਾਲ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵ ਤੋਂ ਰੱਦ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਆਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਸੀ। ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਯੋਗਤਾ ਵਾਪਸ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਨੂੰ 72 ਘੰਟਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੌਜੂਦਾ ਬਾਹਰੀ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਹੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੂਜੇ ਸੰਸਥਾਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਸਫਰ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਸ਼ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਪੈ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਬੀਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਛਾਤਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜੁੜੀ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਕਾਰਨ ਖਿੱਚੋਤਾਣ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ। DHS ਨੇ ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਨੇ 30 ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਤੱਕ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੇ ਗੈਰ ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਤੇ ਹਿੰਸਕ ਮਾਮਲਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਦਾ SCVP ਸਰਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਖੋਹ ਲਿਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਗਭਗ 27% ਬਾਹਰੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਹਨ। ਇੱਥੇ ਲਗਭਗ 6800 ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਾਰਤ ਦੇ ਦੇ 788 ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਹਨ। ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ F1 ਜਾਂ G1 ਵੀਜ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਹਨ। F1 ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਅਮਰੀਕੀ ਐਕੈਡੈਮਿਕ ਸੰਸਥਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ। ਟਰੰਪ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਸਨ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਯਹੂਦੀ ਵਿਰੋਧੀ ਸੋਚ ਨੂੰ ਵਧਾਵਾ ਦੇ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮੋਟੀ ਫੀਸ ਲੈਣਾ ਤੇ ਮਲਟੀ ਅਰਬ ਡਾਲਰ ਦੇ ਖਜ਼ਾਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਵਧਾ ਸਕੇ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਇਕਨੋਮੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ ਅਸਰ ਪੈਣਾ ਸੀ। ਟਰੰਪ ਨੇ 20 ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਦਾ ਟੈਕਸ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਦਰਜਾ ਵੀ ਖਤਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਗੇ। ਟਰੰਪ ਦਾ EU ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਵਾਰ ਹੈ। ਯੂਰਪ ਤੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ 50% ਦੀ ਟੈਰਿਫ ਲਗਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਸੰਭਾਵਨਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ 1 ਜੂਨ ਤੋਂ ਇਹ ਨਵਾਂ ਟੈਕਸ ਲਾਗੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਚੀਨ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹਾਰਵਰਡ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਪਾਬੰਦੀ ਦੀ ਆਲੋਚਨਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ, ਹਾਂਗਕਾਂਗ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਨੇ ਆਫਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਾਖਲਾ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ। ਇਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਬੁਲੇਟਿਨ ਖਤਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਦਿਓ, ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।
Spring has sprung and your car is looking a little, well, let's just say it's time for Bubbles. We offer the only full-serve 100% hand wash. Discover the difference between an automatic and Bubbles' renowned hand wash and dry. Let us pamper your car inside and out. Vacuum, shampoo, leather, windows, paint protection. So many services to keep your car looking its best. Early bird pricing from just $14.95. Bubbles Car Wash and Detail Centers. Simply the best.
Looking for a new place to call home?
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੇੜੇ ਹੋਵੇ, ਪੀਸਫੁਲ ਹੋਵੇ।
Welcome to Harmony Rentals. ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਤੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕੋਲ, ਬੱਸ ਸਟਾਪਸ, LRT ਅਤੇ McEwen University just a walk away.
1, 2 ਜਾਂ 3 ਬੈਡਰੂਮ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ? Harmony got it.
ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਰੈਂਟਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਲਕਿ ਲਾਈਫਸਟਾਈਲ ਹੈ।
7807601002 ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕਰੋ My Radio 580 AM ਤੇ ਪਾਓ exclusive bonus on rent.
Harmony Rentals, finding a home should be harmonious.
ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੀ ਭਾਰੀ ਸਫਲਤਾ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਣੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁੱਲ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਬੰਬ ਟੂਲਸ ਸਾਊਥ ਸਾਈਡ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਈ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੰਸਟਰਕਸ਼ਨ ਟੂਲ ਅਤੇ ਸਪਲਾਈਜ਼।
ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡਸ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ Bosch, Bostitch, DeWalt, Hilti, Irwin, Lennox, LePage, Makita, Metabo, Milwaukee, Newborn ਅਤੇ Olfa।
ਬੰਬ ਟੂਲ ਤੋਂ ਲੋ 에ਅਰ ਟੂਲਸ, ਅਟੈਚਮੈਂਟ, ਬੈਟਰੀਜ਼, ਕੰਪਰੈਸਰਸ, ਪਾਵਰ ਟੂਲ, ਗ੍ਰਾਈਂਡਰ, ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਨੇਲ, ਰੂਫਿੰਗ ਨੇਲ, ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ nails ਤੇ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਟੇਪਲਸ, ਟ੍ਰੇਡ ਟੂਲਸ ਅਤੇ ਸਪਲਾਈਜ਼ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ 4032612021।
ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂ?
ਤੂੰ ਫਟਾਫਟ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਲਾ ਸੰਧੂ ਐਂਡ ਸਰਾ ਤੇ ਚਾਹੇ ਮਲਟੀ ਮਿਲੀਅਨ ਦੀ ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਕਰਾ। ਬੈਡ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ, ਨੋ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ, ਫਰਸਟ ਜਾਂ ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਲਈ ਸੰਧੂ ਐਂਡ ਸਰਾ ਮੇਜਰ ਬੈਂਕਸ ਅਤੇ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਯੂਨੀਅਨ ਨਾਲ ਡੀਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਫੰਡਸ ਵੀ ਹਨ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਬੈਸਟ ਰੇਟਸ ਤੇ ਲਓ ਹੈਵੀ ਇਕਵਿਪਮੈਂਟ, ਟਰੱਕ ਤੇ ਟ੍ਰੇਲਰ ਲੋਨਸ। ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਆਫਿਸ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਕਾਲ 7802454442। ਜੇ ਬੈਂਕ ਕਰ ਗਈ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਧੂ ਐਂਡ ਸਰਾ।
ਹੈਲੋ, ਉਹ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ? ਅੱਜ ਫੇਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਲੋਡ ਲੈਣ?
ਯਾਰ ਆਵਾਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ? ਟਰੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਨੂੰ ਖੜਿਆ।
ਅੱਜ ਫੇਰ?
ਹਾਂ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਮਿਸ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰੋਜ਼ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਹੀ ਖਤਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ।
ਉਹ ਤੂੰ ਮਿਸ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ, ਜੋ ਪਿਛਲੇ 10 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਐਂਡ ਡਾਇਗਨੋਸ, ਇੰਜਨ ਰੀਬਿਲਡ, CVIP, ਟਰਾਂਸਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਐਂਡ DPF ਕਲੀਨਿੰਗ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਵੀ। ਓਪਨ 7 days a week. ਟਰੱਕ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ 6004 72A Avenue, Northwest Edmonton, 7808607792।
ਆ ਫਾਰਮੇਸੀ ਤੋਂ ਦਵਾਈ ਤਾਂ ਚੱਕ ਲਿਆਈਦੀ ਆ, ਪਰ ਖਾਣੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ।
ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰ ਕਿਹਾ ਦ ਮੈਡੀਸਨ ਸ਼ਾਪ ਫਾਰਮੇਸੀ ਜਾਇਆ ਕਰੋ, ਡਿਟੇਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਝਾ ਵੀ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਦਵਾਈ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਾਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸ ਦੇਣਗੇ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ 'ਚ।
ਫੇਰ ਤਾਂ ਬੇਬੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਮੈਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਸੌਖਾ ਹੋ ਜੂ।
ਦ ਮੈਡੀਸਨ ਸ਼ਾਪ ਫਾਰਮੇਸੀ 127 ਮਿਲਬੌਰਨ ਰੋਡ ਈਸਟ, ਜਸਬੀਰ ਭੁਈ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋ 7804618648।
किस्सा है, अफसाना है माय रेडियो, हर दिल का तराना है माय रेडियो, एक नया जमाना है माय रेडियो, माय रेडियो, माय रेडियो।
My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
All right. It's after 8 o'clock.
That time.
Saturday morning.
That time.
It's that time of the morning. We call it the hour of violence, according to Danny. Yep.
And it's all on him.
All on me. All on me. It is that time where we crown somebody the north end of a southbound donkey. This is where we pay homage and respect to those people that just do stupid, asinine things. And of course, the views expressed in this segment are the views of Big G. Do not reflect the views of Danny or my Radio 580 AM.
Appreciate it.
All on me. All on me. And there are lots of low-hanging fruit, of course, when you look at south of the border, that we could give the north end of a southbound donkey award to today.
Okay.
Today, I'm giving it to Farmers for Trump. And there's a whole story behind this thing. A whole thing. Now, we remember last week, we were all up in arms because the American government decided they were going to allow Afrikaners as refugees into the U.S.
Yeah, they're getting rid of a bunch of them. I don't make it make sense.
Yeah, and they brought in, and specifically, these are white farmer Afrikaners. Now, no farmer. Keyword.
Keyword. Okay.
Notice my award is going to Farmers for Trump.
Right.
These bridges do connect.
Okay. I'm waiting.
These bridges connect.
Okay, I'm waiting for the
They're
connect.
connect.
Okay.
They're connecting bridges.
Okay.
Now, the reason I'm giving the Farmers for Trump's the award is since the Orange Avenger has been in office, the U.S. farmers, especially small farmers, have been hurting, decimated, just being beaten up. They lost their welfare. Yes, it's welfare. You know, they all thought that he was going to be kicking out the immigrants. They all thought he was going to go against the black people with the anti-DEI. He was going to be doing all these things, and it was great because, you know, they're the others, and we're Farmers Trump, man.
Right.
Farmers Trump. Well, it took away your funding.
What?
Now, half of y'all can't pay for the projects that you already paid for because there's no money coming back in. So now you're facing financial situations.
Oh, no.
Then, just to rub some salt in the wound, he threw a tariff on China that right now is 30%, but at one point it was 140-some%.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Basically, killed your market.
Uh-huh.
So now you have no market
Uh-huh.
to sell your stuff to.
Uh-huh.
And you have no money coming in for all the expenditures you made to do these upgrades under what, Joe Biden allowed you to, think.
Right, yeah.
So you're just in debt, and you're in the hole.
Right.
But along comes a savior.
Okay.
It's called Acre Trader.
For those that don't know, like me.
Acre Trader is a tech-based company that does investments primarily in farmland in the U.S.
Interesting.
They go in, and if you're in financial peril with the property, they will basically bring in a bunch of investors to buy your land from you, and they pay you out for your land, and they have these investors that are going to now take that land and make money on it. But the way they do it is they're like, it's very expensive. Not many people have $2-3 million to just throw to plow land.
Yeah.
But you can do a small investment of like 10, 15 grand.
Okay.
And then you can get in on the action.
Okay.
Right? Acre Trader has been going around. They've been around for a few years. And they have been buying up land from small farmers all across the U.S. Just chewing up land.
Interesting.
And now since these Trump tariffs and everything, the farmers are hurting, so they're working overtime.
Right.
Now, what is interesting about Acre Trader is, one of the people that no. We'll get to them soon. We'll get to them soon. We're gonna get to them. Trust me, we're gonna get to them. Right now, you farmers for Trump voted for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people that is heavily invested in AcreTrader is one J.D. Vance, the current vice president of the United States of America.
You are joking.
I am serious.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back for a bit.
Okay.
How long has this company been around?
I would say like maybe they rose to prominence like maybe within the last 10 years.
Okay, so it's not like
During the first
ago.
Trump presidency, they kind of started thing.
Gotcha.
And then during Joe Biden's era, they really took up steam,
Mm-hmm.
and J.D. Vance swooped in. Right now,
Okay.
I tell you, y'all are. I mean, we tried to tell y'all, but y'all wouldn't listen.
You wouldn't listen.
You
Okay.
wouldn't listen.
Okay.
Wouldn't listen. Right now, J.D. Vance,
Mhm.
Vice President of the United States.
Finally, vice president. Yeah.
Finally, Vice President. Right. Part owner of AcreTrader. And, well, of course, these policies that are bankrupting farmers allow for AcreTrader to come in, swoop up property.
Okay.
Guess who is one of the biggest countries for small investments?
South Africa? Is that right?
South Africa.
Okay, I see the bridge forming.
The bridge is forming.
I see the bridge forming. Okay.
So these Africana farmer refugees that just came over are not refugees at all.
They're workers.
They already have the land
Mhm.
purchased and paid for and are coming over to take acquisition of the land that they've acquired through AcreTrader, which your president, Donald Trump, the Orange Avenger, has bankrupted you out of because you would not listen to logic.
Wow.
So now the farm that your father and your great-grandfather and your great-grandparents have owned, which you also probably stole, well, they stole from the First Nations community, and some of them ironically stole from black farmers during the post-slavery era through Reconstruction and Jim Crow,
Yep.
because you couldn't have black people owning land. Oh, no, we're going to steal that land. Guess what?
Being taken
The
right
South
back.
Africans are taking it from you.
That is insane.
And because of that, farmers for Trump, you wouldn't listen. We try to tell y'all,
And find out.
but you wouldn't listen. Now you're finding out. And because of that, you are all of you, most definitely, the north end of the biggest southbound.
Wow. They're not even getting the full worth of their land.
No.
They're getting like
The pennies on the dollar. Because the investors got to make their money too.
Right. That's
So when people are
insane.
outraged about the South Africans and the
Coming.
Afrikaners coming, you
There's
know
a
what?
there's a reason.
There's a reason. But my whole thing right now is like, you know what? That's cool. You know what? I had a problem with it last week, but you know, I don't have a problem with it this week. I'm like, you know what?
They're breaking all my face now.
You know what?
I'm happy.
Yeah, the leopards. The leopards are now eating their faces. It's okay.
That is funny.
Yeah.
And crazy at the same time.
Oh yeah. As asinine as it is to
So
think
they're
of.
just using the genocide, quote unquote.
Yes,
as
it's a cover story. Yeah.
Which we all knew
Was nonsense.
stupid.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you say I never thought the leopards would eat my face,
Wow. That is.
the leopards are eating faces right now.
Yeah.
And so I have zero sympathy.
1000%.
None.
Because they were crying months ago.
Yep.
Because they have no money.
Yep.
And now they have
Now they have no land.
no land.
The land is being bought
Barely
out.
anything to buy a house.
Yeah. The land is being bought out by AcreTrader that's swooping in to be like,
Mhm.
hey, you know what? Let's get you up from under this debt.
Right. Well.
Hey, listen. And AcreTrader, being a tech company, don't be surprised if one day you see them making inroads into Canada.
That's not.
Don't be surprised.
I know. Because
It could happen.
Saskatchewan is straight up farmland. So.
Well, Saskatchewan's owned by like 70% of all farm is owned by one guy in Saskatchewan. He ain't giving up his.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Saskatchewan is sorted. That dude ain't.
They're cool.
Yeah, no, that dude is fine.
So Alberta.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to know if he's got like nieces, daughter, like just family member I could chat with, just hang out with.
He probably does.
Yeah, just hook a brother up.
I'm telling you, Ray. Need to.
You own 3/4 of the land in the province. Like, come on, you're not even land baron.
Exactly at this point.
Yeah. And so it's that's why they get that award, because they just wouldn't listen. We try to tell y'all, but y'all wouldn't listen.
All the people that voted for Trump, we warned.
You were warned.
And now half of you are now gone.
Yeah.
More of you are on your way out.
Yeah.
And the other half are now going to become homeless.
Yeah. Y'all were cheering when, they got rid of USAID. Guess where that money was?
Mm-hmm.
They were buying product from U.S. farmers.
Yep.
Millions and millions of dollars a year.
Mm-hmm.
Those big contracts for these farmers.
Right.
All that's gone.
Well, don't know what to say.
Right? You wanted to get rid of Joe Biden and his Build Back Better initiative? That grant money was for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Now it's gone.
Wasn't for the black people. It was for y'all.
Yep.
Good luck. Oh. We'll talk more about it after this.
Beats baseball ਤੇ ਬੱਲੇ ਬੱਲੇ My Radio 580 ਅਤੇ Turn 97.9 FM ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫੇਰ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ Baseball goes Bollywood with Edmonton Riverhawks Edmonton ਚ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਕਲਚਰ ਤੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਸ਼ਨ ਵੇਖੋ ਪ੍ਰੀ-ਗੇਮ ਕਬੱਡੀ ਮੈਚ ਤੇ ਨੱਚੋ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਤੇ Bollywood Beats ਤੇ 2023 ਤੇ 24 ਵਾਂਗ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫੇਰ My Radio 580 ਕਰੇਗਾ Edmonton Riverhawks ਦੀ ਗੇਮ ਦਾ ਲਾਈਵ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬ੍ਰੌਡਕਾਸਟ ਗੇਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅੰਕਲ ਜੌਨਸ ਫਾਇਰਵਰਕਸ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਲਾਈਟ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਅਤੇ ਔਨ-ਫੀਲਡ ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਡਾਂਸ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਸ਼ੁੱਕਰਵਾਰ 6 ਜੂਨ ਰੀਮੈਕਸ ਫੀਲਡ 10233 96th Avenue, Northwest Edmonton. Tailgate party begins at 5:30 p.m. Games start at 7 p.m.
रुस के चली गई मेरी जनानी कहंदी घर दी फ्लोरिंग हो गई पुरानी
ओहो वीरे हुणे घुमाओ नु फोन कै फ्लोरिंग सिलेक्ट करन चलिए टच टोन
क्योंकि ये है alberta दा biggest flooring store with over 6 million square feet in stock hardwood tiles laminate तो लेके carpets अते vinyl planks तक हर तरह दी flooring सारे major brands Shaw Versace Lamborghini अते Mohawk huge variety great quality and affordable price touchstone flooring call 7804140862
ओहो अजे ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇੰਨੀ ਗਰਮੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਚੱਲ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਕੋਲ ਚੱਲ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਦਾ ਬੜਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਕੀ ਕੰਮ ਹੀਟਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਕੂਲਿੰਗ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਗਰਮੀ ਦਾ ਹੱਲ ਨੇ AC installation starting price $3,800 furnace and AC install packages ਤੇ $1,500 off new home legal basement commercial ductwork ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ specialization ਹੈ financing ਵੀ available for all your HVAC needs installation ਅਤੇ repair ਦੇ ਕੰਮ ਲਈ heating and cooling doctor 7809091900 sale ending this month
ਓਏ ਗੁਰੀ ਭਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਛਾਲਾ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਖਰਚਾ ਵੀ ਘੱਟ ਕਰਾਂਦਾ ਸੀਕ੍ਰੇਟ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਗਰੋਵ ਆਟੋ ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਬੈਸਟ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਯੂਜ਼ਡ ਪਾਰਟਸ ਜੈਨੂਇਨ ਰੇਟਸ ਤੇ
ट्रक या कार दा कोई भी पार्ट चाहिदा है नवा यूज्ड या आफ्टर मार्केट सब मिले बेस्ट रेट्स ते रियर एंड फ्रंट डिफरेंशियल्स इंजन पार्ट्स ट्रांसमिशन बम्पर डोर ग्लास या टायर्स अफोर्डेबल इंस्टॉलेशन सर्विस कनाडा वाइड शिपिंग कॉल 7809629600 125 मेडिसिन क्रेसेंट स्प्रूस ग्रोव समझदार बनो ग्रोव ऑटो चुनो
अपने इंश्योरेंस एम नु पूरा करन ਲਈ आओ एम इंश्योरेंस ਤੇ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੋਮ ਆਟੋ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਅਤੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਲੋ ਅਫੋਰਡੇਬਲ ਰੇਟਸ ਤੇ ਬੇਮਿਸਾਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਵੀ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ ਯੂਨਿਟ 203-5119-22 ਐਵੇਨਿਊ ਸਾਊਥ ਵੈਸਟ ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਜਾਂ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 7808515445 ਏਮ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਅਤੇ ਪੀਸ ਆਫ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਦਾ ਪਾਰਟਨਰ ਏਮ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ always here always protecting
अफसाना है my radio हर दिल का तराना है my radio एक नया ज़माना है my radio my radio my radio
My Radio 580
This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
Yeah, we're back.
We are.
Yeah, so Brother BK said I should definitely look into that Saskatchewan.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Do some digging, find out how I can get plugged in.
There you go. I know a couple ways. Is there a grandmother?
Hey, take a trip up to Saskatchewan.
Get a quick marriage.
Someone must know somebody.
Get in the will.
Yeah. Someone must know somebody. Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things that happened in the past few weeks that we didn't get to touch on was a really, really tragic story. Like, really, like, sad on...
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that story.
It is, yeah. For those of you listening, it's a story of Rodney Hinton.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, he is currently facing multiple charges for killing a state patrolman in the U.S.
I think it was a deputy.
Deputy sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He ran into him in his car and killed him.
Yeah, but there was a reason for that, though.
There's not a reason, but there's a backstory behind it all.
Yeah.
And so part of the backstory is the day before this whole thing unfolded, Rodney Hinton's son was involved in a thing with the police, and they gunned him down. He was unarmed, but he happened to be around. He was in a car that they thought was stolen.
Yeah.
They approached the vehicle. He took off running, and then they shot him, killed him.
Murdered him.
Yeah. Which is the same old playbook in the U.S.
Yep.
Young black man shot by police. We've heard that story many, many times.
Yep.
The police then allowed Rodney to come down to the station, and I guess they wanted to maybe prove that his son was up to no good, and played for him the body cam footage of his son being gunned down by the police. One, I don't know why anyone would do that. I don't know why you'd approve that.
Yeah.
That's
something that usually...
That needs to be looked into.
Yeah.
Right? And what ensued after was the incident between Rodney and him plowing his vehicle into a deputy sheriff who had nothing to do with his son's incident, by the way.
No.
Right? So you have a situation where a young man has been killed. An innocent bystander, for all intents and purposes, the deputy sheriff is killed.
Yep.
And a father that has lost his son and has now lost his freedom.
Yeah.
I know when you saw the story, like, what came to your thoughts, mind, when you saw this whole thing unfolding?
A lot of things, because as a parent, as soon as you lose a child, because you're supposed to die before your child, and the fact that your child was gunned down, you're not in the right state of, especially seeing a video like that, you're not going to be in the right state of mind.
No.
They shouldn't have let him leave.
They shouldn't have let him see the video.
That as well, but if he saw the video, you shouldn't have let him leave.
No.
Because you're not in the right state of mind.
You got to hold him.
And it's just, like, I'd hate to say this, I would have probably done the same thing.
A lot of parents would.
I probably would have done the same thing.
A lot of parents would have probably done the same
all
thing.
you're seeing is just red.
Yeah.
You saw your son literally get murdered.
Yeah. A lot of parents would have done the same thing.
Yeah. So.
But, like, I don't understand as a police department why you even play that video for him without lawyers present, without counselors present, without a plan of, like, okay, we play this, but you have to be in this holding cell so we can just work you through this whole situation for a few hours, a number of hours, maybe a whole day. You're going to be here for a while.
Whatever time he went, you're not leaving until the next day or the night of or whatever.
Yeah,
but
and we're not putting you in the jail. No, we're doing this thing. So, there's got to be a thing for that, right? Yeah. Because that's trauma. And you don't know what that father has been through. raising their child.
What do you?
And now you've just put him through this and then said, okay, carry on.
Yeah, with your day. You mad?
How do you think this is going to end?
They thought he was just going to go home and just live his life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some people would have done that, but there's a percentage of people out there that would not do that.
No.
And they ran into the percentage that would not do that.
Not do that, because I feel like a lot of us would probably do that, especially in the stage that we're in.
The frustration of it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I don't know if it was his hearing.
Yeah, his hearing when they tried to the police tried to intimidate the court.
And the fact that I saw a couple of our people in that lineup infuriated me.
Yeah.
That made me so mad.
Yeah.
Like, why are you standing there?
Yeah, they have to toe that blue line.
I will walk with him to make sure he's good.
And then there was one officer that did that. There's one that did that.
I would be with him.
Yeah, there's one that did that he wouldn't let him out of his sight with the white officers.
Yeah. I applaud him.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. He was like, no, I'm riding with him. No, we where he go, I go.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't standing in no line. Sorry. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but they showed up to intimidate the court.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were expecting Rodney's reaction.
Definitely not.
Because
I loved what he did.
He just looked them up and down and was like, take these cuffs off of me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take these cuffs off.
Yep.
That was in his state right there. It's like, if you take these cuffs off of me, you know that whole conversation about one gorilla versus 100 men? We're gonna act that out right here.
Yep. No, 100%. 100%. And the way that his lawyer is going is that he wasn't, and I agree, he wasn't the mental.
He's not.
He wasn't in the mental state.
No, he is mentally, he's not there.
He's not there. I don't know if it's going to go as far as the lawyer is going to think, but.
No, but the lawyer's not wrong. He's not there.
He's not wrong, but who's
the
lawyer
blame?
black?
Yeah.
Or not the judge?
No.
Yeah, see? I already know where the story's going.
No. But but the lawyer's argument about him being mentally unstable
is very true.
Yeah, just look at him. You can tell that guy is not there.
No.
He is. He right now has made the decision of, you know what? My son's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his other family structure, lifestyle, life is like.
Mm-hmm.
But all he sees is red every day, all day.
Yep. Yeah. I think yesterday, was something yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? His brothers were in the back. I don't even. This court is shaped weird.
Yeah.
But they have like a viewing area,
and
his brothers were in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to say, hey, like, we're waving at him. Hey, we're here.
Nothing.
The cops, they were, like, he gave a response of, yeah, okay, my brothers are here. But the cops in that the viewing area,
yeah,
I don't know what happened in there, but why is there 10 cops in there?
It's intimidation. It's a whole intimidation thing. Like, they're trying to show force.
But it's not working.
It's not going to work on this guy.
It's not going to work. And the brothers are now even more pissed. Cause they're now even... They were there in, like, peace, just like, hey, I'm here for my brother. Let me just sit closer. And the cops are like, no, you can't move.
Yeah.
Like
all they're doing is making him more mad.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're better off just like being like, you know what? Let's just not be present and let this thing play out. But the more y'all show up with that show of force, the more you're just gonna like enrage him.
Yeah. Ohio, do they have the death penalty? Is that a thing?
I don't know if they do. But they're probably gonna search for it.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna be looking for that.
And he's probably going to get, well, he is going to get
He's getting
prison.
life.
Yeah, he's getting life.
He's getting life.
With no parole.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's getting life.
Yeah.
But
it depends on what side of the jail he's going to go to. Because if he has a mental illness, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be with everyone.
With Gen Pop?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say how they're going to weigh that situation. But he's not all there. That elevator is not even in the building anymore.
Yeah, no. He's gone.
Yeah. We'll talk more after this.
ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਚਾਰਜ ਘਰੇਲੂ ਕਲੇਸ਼ ਜਾਂ ਕਾਰ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਇੰਜਰੀ ਵਰਗੇ ਮਾਮਲਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਹੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਦੇ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਤੇ ਕਾਬਿਲ ਵਕੀਲ ਰਣਬੀਰ ਥਿੰਦ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਕੇ ਮੁੱਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਗੱਲ ਕਾਲ 780 784 1295
780-784-1295 or visit ranbirtind.com.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲਹਿੰਗਾ ਲੈ ਦੇ ਮਹਿੰਗਾ ਜਾ
ਉਹ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸੂਟ ਕਰਦਾ
ਦੀਪਾਲੀ ਫੈਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਚੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਲਓ
On both locations, Calgary and Edmonton, ready-made, lehenga, anarkali, unstitched, men's kurta pajama, men's vest, sherwani, kids fashion, jewelry and fabric. Chaida jo milega oh. Deepali Fashion hai full family store. Call 7804629254.
ਔਰਤਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਮਰਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਨਿਜਾਤ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਆਯੁਰਵੈਦਿਕ ਅਤੇ ਹੋਮੋਪੈਥਿਕ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਿਸਟ ਸਰਬਜੀਤ ਕੰਬੋਜ 31 ਮਈ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਰਮਾਦਾ ਐਟ ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਲ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਅਪਾਇੰਟਮੈਂਟ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ 1855299150 1855 299 1500
ਸਰਪ੍ਰਾਈਜ਼ ਪਰ ਦੀਦੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ
ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ ਘਰ ਦੇਖ ਉੱਤੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਦਾ ਇੰਤਜ਼ਾਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ
ਰੋਟੀ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਇੰਤਜ਼ਾਮ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਖੁਸ਼ ਕਰਾਂ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਕੋਰਸ ਕਿਚਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਘਰ ਵਾਲੀ ਪਿਓਰ ਵੈਜੀਟੇਰੀਅਨ ਕੁਕਿੰਗ ਕਾਫੀ ਹੈ ਦੀਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਟਿਫਿਨ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਤੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਤੇ ਇਨ ਸਟੋਰ ਮਾਈ ਰੇਡੀਓ 580 AM ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਪਾਓ 10% ਡਿਸਕਾਊਂਟ ਕੋਰਸ ਕਿਚਨ 7327-101 Ave North West Edmonton
घर के बिल ने तो धुएं निकाल दिए हैं
क्योंकि विंडोज पुरानी है और हीट सारा टाइम चलती है
जी और ऐसे टाइम पर समझदार लोग जाते हैं ड्यूराबिल्ट विंडोज और डोर्स पास
ये समय है 35 सालों से सर्विस देते आ रहे ड्यूराबिल्ट विंडोज एंड डोर से एनर्जी स्टार रेटेड प्रोडक्ट्स लगवाने का जिससे एनर्जी बिल 13% तक कम करने में आपको मदद मिलेगी
इजी एंड स्ट्रेस फ्री सीमलेस रिप्लेसमेंट एक्सपीरियंस के लिए शोरूम जाएं या durabuiltwindows.com पर फ्री कोट लें
मुंडा अपना किसे वाइट रॉक दिया गल्ला करता सी अगे ट्रक लेके जाना है निगाह रखा करो
ऑटोमेटिक हैवी ड्यूटी ट्रक वॉश है व्हाइट रॉक ऑटोमेटिक ट्रक वॉश एंड रिपेयर ट्रक दी स्पॉटलेस क्लीनिंग टाइम दी बचत CVIP इंस्पेक्शन हर किस्म दी रिपेयर ते मैकेनिकल वर्क ग्रीस सर्विस ते ऑयल चेंज नवे ते पुराने टायर स्पेयर पार्ट्स
वाओ ग्रेट सर्विस बेस्ट वॉश
ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਲਡਿੰਗ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਨਿਊ ਗ੍ਰੈਵਲ ਟਰੱਕ ਬਾਕਸਿਸ ਐਂਡ ਟਰੱਕ ਬਾਕਸ ਰਿਗਅਪ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ 7802656902
किस्सा है अफसाना है माय रेडियो हर दिल का तराना है माय रेडियो एक नया जमाना
This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
All right, we're back on the home stretch. 15 minutes to go.
That's crazy.
I know. Time just flew by.
Flew by.
I know, but there's one thing you had on the docket that you want to touch on.
Bill 55.
Oh, boy. What's going on with Bill 55?
Well, if you want to, just short form.
Yeah.
If you want to get an MRI or an X-ray or any of those type of things, you have to pay out of pocket.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't just go to Dani Labs anymore and
Nope.
get stuff done.
No, out of pocket. Or you can just wait a year.
That's that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That how does that help me?
Right? I think the insurance companies need to restructure their plan because I'm an athlete. I have no money to be paying out of pocket for an MRI.
So wasn't this all covered on the HS before?
It was free. The amount of MRIs and X-rays I've had over my lifetime. I'm surprised I don't have like a third arm.
If you turn the lights off, you glow in the dark kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, because the only reason I found out, I didn't think it was going to kick in so quick. I'm in the sports world, soccer world.
Yeah.
A lot of my players or families of younger players had to get MRIs because of injuries.
Yeah.
And they're paying between $700 to $850 just to get an MRI done.
That's crazy. Like,
and if you can't pay it, you can wait up to a year.
But that doesn't even help because if you're dealing with a sports injury,
exactly,
you kind of have to get it done. Yeah.
Which is insane. A lot of athletes are probably just like, I'm just gonna wait it out and see how it heals.
Yeah, that's not gonna help.
I know, but at this point, who has that money, especially if you're an athlete,
Just sitting around.
to pay that?
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of contact sports in this province.
A ton, especially during hockey season.
Yeah. $800 for the MRI.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was.
Now, is that if you have to do it at the hospital or if you have to do it at like?
I think it's at a hospital.
It's like if you go into the ER and they got to do an MRI, you'll
You're getting
get
a bill.
charged. If you get a bill for the MRI.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know who this is helping.
Yeah. It looks like we have to call up Alberta Blue Cross and be like, hey, so you got that extended package?
Yeah, that includes MRIs and X-rays.
Yep. I mean, we already got to pay for ambulance rides, which first time I heard about that killed me. That cracked me up.
I cried the first time I took an ambulance ride. I'm like, I have to pay what?
Yeah.
I thought that was covered.
Yeah. A lot of people think ambulatory services are covered, but
It's
they're not.
They're
not, and not every insurance provider covers it.
No.
You know, so like luckily for me, I got Alberta Blue Cross, and so
it covers a portion.
Yeah, no, it covers the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alberta
Okay.
Blue Cross covers the whole thing. Like
Okay.
it's a whole thing. They have thing, but Alberta Blue Cross is great for that kind
Okay.
of stuff. If it was another insurance company, it'd be a different
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they did with me was they're like, oh yeah, just we'll take it from here. I'm like, okay, cool, and I never had to.
You never saw a bill?
Well, I got a letter.
Okay.
And then all I did was like forward it to Alberta Blue Cross, and they're like, "We'll take it from here."
Nice. Perfect.
I was like, "This is great."
They need to do that for everything.
Yeah,
At
this is great.
point.
I mean, I don't have to sign anything. I don't have to. No, we'll take it from here.
Cool.
Enough said.
Cool.
Enough said.
Back to life.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's one of those things where people just need to ask the question of, well, how does that help me?
Mm-hmm.
Because that American style medical system,
Nope.
not good.
A lot of people are now thinking maybe I should have not left Ottawa or BC because.
Well, people will leave the province for that. There are people that will leave.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
If
they
I
will
get
leave
injured,
for
I'm
that.
just gonna.
Yeah.
This one time just move.
Yeah, no, there are people that will leave
Mm.
because that's a huge expense that nobody wants to have added to their plate.
We're struggling already.
Yeah.
To put another bill on top of that in case you get injured.
Yeah, it doesn't help anyone.
Mm-mm.
I mean, yes, the insurance companies will probably make gangbuster money from this thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help us.
No. I just want to know where this money is going. whose pocket is it going to?
Well, there's the researchers, there's the lab tech. You got to pay the power bill because then it's radiation, and then you got to
So did their salary drop?
I don't think so. Probably went up.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
Probably went up. I mean, I'd love to hear from guys like Dino Lab and those guys that do these different tests and all that to be like, hey, the imaging guys, like, hey, what? How does this impact you?
Yeah, that'd be, if anyone's listening or knows of anyone that works in that industry, hit us up.
Yeah, because I mean that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like they'll once you give them the one small thing, they ain't gonna stop.
Yep, they're putting breadcrumbs on the ground right now.
Yeah, they ain't gonna stop.
No.
I mean, it started with ambulatory services.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're talking about medical imaging services.
Mm-hmm.
Soon, like in the U.S., if you go to the ER, you get a bill just for sitting in the ER.
Let's not do that. I just saw a video the other day on how much it costs to have a kid.
Yeah.
In the States.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Why am I paying almost $2,000 for an epidural?
Yeah. No.
Why?
No. See, we fly to Jamaica. We can have a kid there. Come back.
At this point, that is what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Fly to Canada. Yeah. No.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's ridiculous. The prices, like the bill, like I've seen bills for like $70,000.
For what? One of the charges on the video that I saw was that I guess when she had her baby, she was having like health issues and she had to stay in the room a little bit longer.
Yeah.
They charged her, what is it, per 30 minutes?
Yeah.
$5,000 extra on top of the room that
wow.
For 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. But they have the best medical care system in the world.
They do, but
yes.
I am not.
I meant that sarcastically as well, though. That was being very sarcastic.
There's some of the good, best doctors there. I get it, but we do here too.
Best doctors are in Cuba.
True. Very true.
Yes.
And they're now leaving the States because.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The best doctors are in Cuba.
So I'm going to go to Cuba.
Yeah. Let's not get that twisted. Yeah.
Or MRI.
Yeah.
Go to Cuba.
Yeah. They're in Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, we don't need that excessive because I mean people go bankrupt on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like, if you don't pay it, I'm pretty sure it's going to go to collections.
Yeah,
and they're going to garnish your wages or something, or you're not going to get your tax return back or something.
Yeah, medical bankruptcy is a thing in the U.S.
Yeah,
we don't need that here.
We really don't.
No,
because Alberta will become a ghost town.
Oh, people will leave. Oh no, people will leave.
Yeah,
people are like, I'm going. Newfoundland's looking pretty nice right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
I hear Saskatoon's great.
Saskatoon, Manitoba.
I hear Saskatoon's the next Edmonton.
Really?
I've never been to Saskatoon. I mean, I've been through Saskatoon. I have never stopped and spent time in Saskatoon.
I've never been.
I'd
like to go just to see what it is.
I drove through Saskatoon when I drove to Edmonton from Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I had lunch. I can't remember.
Was that memorable?
I know I spent the night in Regina.
Okay.
And then I hit the road in the morning, and I came straight to Edmonton from Regina. But I may have got gas in Saskatoon or something. I can't remember. It was I wasn't there that long.
It was a quick
in and out.
In and out.
Literally in and out.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well. It is 7 to the hour.
Wow.
It's almost 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I can thank you all for riding with us, hanging out with us this morning.
Yes.
Listening to us as we chat our shenanigans.
All the time.
All the time. Mm-hmm. I'll be back tomorrow with Latoya and Ulrich with Let's Unpack That. They've been doing all right. Yeah, they've been doing good. Last day was their third week.
Yeah.
Third Sunday, yeah. So, we'll...
Do we know what the topic is?
They started a series on the importance of your name.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So we're still on that.
Yeah, so it's a 3-part series.
Okay.
So they've got Hathora coming in tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
And then someone the week after, next week. I can't remember who's next week. But it's a 3-part series that they're doing on that. And last week was really interested. We had Arsh in here last week and chatting about her being from Sikh Punjab heritage and her name and how she has to change it from Arsh to Ash and just to make white folks sound they can appreciate the name. So and also so she could be more accepted into school and all those kind of things. So it was kind of interesting. So we'll hear more about a different perspective with Athora.
Love that.
Tomorrow. So tune in then. I'll be back, of course, on.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a comment that came in.
Akila, I drove from Quebec and stayed overnight in Saskatoon. It wasn't memorable.
Well, there you go.
I take your word for it, Akila. I take your word for it. Like I said, I blinked.
And it was just...
It was gone. Yeah, I blinked, and I was in Edmonton.
Okay, cool.
Or Lloydminster. Yeah, so...
Cool.
Yeah, but we'll take you out with another quick track. This one here is Atina with... actually, no, I'm going to play Tyrus Riley instead. Okay. 1, 2, 3, I Love You.
Nice.
We'll be back next week. Till then, y'all.
Bye.